Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it's Mike here at Gamefromscratch, and today we've got the good, the bad, and the ugly of Blender. Now, if you do not know what Blender is a 3D graphics application. It does everything, basically. Modeling, sculpting, rigging, rendering, 2D, video compositing, you name it, Blender probably does it. One of the most successful open source projects out there. Go check it out at blender.org if you have never heard of it before. But I'm going to assume that 99% of you have heard of Blender before, especially if you click this video. Well, we've got a lot going on in the land of Blender. And that comes down to the Blender Foundation's annual report and more. We've actually got multiple stories all jammed in here together. Now, this one is kind of a breakdown of what is going on in the world of Blender. So the projects they accomplished in 2024, the composition of the team, and more importantly, their financial situation. So we're going to jump into the report. And I'm not going to go through all of the report because, as you might be able to see at the top here, yeah, it's 80 pages long. And we don't need to go through 80 pages. In fact, we're going to focus mostly on the financial sides of things. And you may have noticed I used a World War I British recruiting style, the Blender needs you thumbnail. Well, that's going to become relevant in just a second. Another thing that's going to be relevant in a minute is this fellow over here. This is the guy that founded Blender way back at a company called NAN, or Not a Number. They created Blender in-house as a VFX software. When they shut down, he led the effort to basically open source it, and now we have Blender today. So this goes back a very long time. He's been leading the ship for a very long time. And his name is Roosendaal. We'll get back to that in just a second, but what we're kind of more interested in is some of the details of the financials. So they've got some issues going on here with funding. So to increase donations from the Blender community, a special campaign has been held on the blender.org at the end of 2024 using the theme Join the 2%. The campaign included a promise that donated funds will be spent on upcoming projects to keep Blender free for all and to invest in tools for artists. For that reason, the campaign results minus regular donations have been booked for the next fiscal year. The board accepts to book a loss in 2024, which is less than the profits booked in 2023. So yeah, in 2024, they lost money, though some of it is accounting issues. But yeah, that is definitely concerning, as you can see. The board expresses a concern that because of the ongoing growth, the financial reserves that have been created in the past years are below an acceptable level. The target is to create and keep a buffer of 3 months of cash flow. Action should be taken to find new corporate donors. Spoiler alert, we're going to hear a bit more about that in a second too, and receive more small donations by more efficient communications. So that's partially what this video is all about. If this is a project that you love, they need some help. If they're going to continue growing and at the current rate they are, and Blender is improving at a staggering rate. So I think, in my opinion, it's a good investment if you're capable of doing so. So the board reconfirms to provide ongoing financial support for the Blender Studio to reward the studio's continuous high-quality contribution to the Blender open source project. In 2025, the board aims to finalize acquiring the full ownership of the Blender Institute BV and Blender Studio BV. So that is kind of the bad news around financials. So they're actually booking a loss in 2024. But let's go scroll way on down here. So you can see the details of who the team are, the composition, all that. So you can see the entire operational team. These are the people that are basically funded by Blender, again, including CEO and founder. Cough. Spoiler alert for now. And then this fellow going to come in important as well. And then we got all of these other people. These are all team members on the Blender Foundation. If you're wondering like where this money actually goes, it goes to these people and other contractors and so on for, helping to develop it. If we go down here far enough, we see more or less this is the money coming in. So it's coming from a variety of different sponsors. A lot of them are large corporate sponsors. And you're going to see Dev Fund Patron. This is the largest level. That's 1.1 million euro, which interestingly isn't really that far up from 2023 because I think we had that gigantic Unreal Engine one, but they announced a number of patrons, but it's not a higher number. You also have more on the dev fund front. Individuals has gone up, which is very cool. Then they make some money off of the Blender market and other small donations, including these generic small donations. So this is the area that is funding them where they're at. So you can see their funding actually grew on the whole quite a bit, which is quite good. The downside is So of their expenses. So you can see here, 1.2 million for developer salaries. It's funny because if you take a look at like Autodesk, I think I did it the other day. It was 275 million for R&D. So they're definitely playing with less resources here. Then you got remote developers there. So there's your biggest ones: is grants, remote developers, and their salaries, all available there. Basically, between staff and grants and all that stuff, adds up to 2.7 million euro. Then 200,000 euro for office spaces, a little bit for travel. Not really much else here. Transaction fees, I have no idea what that actually is. Various costs are also quoted here. So there's some weirdness going on with these numbers, and especially because that and that have been made to match perfectly. And you'll also notice we have this like kind of generic reservation for the next year. That might be part of the cash reserve. I don't know what's going on specifically here. This isn't a really in-depth financial situation, but it does show their expenses are growing. And if you want to see them keep growing at the rate they are, they're going to need to get more and more support. Now, interestingly enough, we've got some stories there, but first, we're coming back to Ton. Again, Ton Roosendaal has been leading the Blender Foundation since the very, very beginning, and it has been announced as of yesterday that he is going to step down as chairman and Blender's CEO per January 1st, 2026. So basically the end of this year, he's done. Passing on his role over to, remember that guy I said, stay tuned, that guy who's going to show up again, Francesco Citi. I don't know if I said the last name wrong there, but he is now going to be the CEO. He is currently the COO, and Ton actually had a health concern. His immune system failed completely back in like 2020. So I think it might have given him a bit of a different perspective on life. But when he was gone for a couple of months because of health scare, this is the fellow who took over. So it's not going to be a big change there. But he has been the guy in charge since the very, very, very beginning. So he is retiring the end of this year, though Ton will move to the newly established Blender Foundation Supervisory Board. So he's over 60. He had a health scare. He's got more than enough reasons to go about retiring at this point in time without any kind of like ulterior motive required. He might just be ready. And that's good for him. Enjoy your retirement, Ton. And then back to the donation side of things. So Blender is funded by the Development Fund. So you can see a breakdown here. This is the individual developers, individual people's contributions to Blender, which is very, very nice. Well, actually, sorry, 24 or 60 is individuals, 38 of them are corporate. And then here you can see we have the corporate tier, and this is over like 100,000 euro. It's a substantial amount of money if you're in this particular tier over here. And the good news here is that we have a new top tier donor for the Blender Foundation. So Bolt Graphics is now there. So the developer of an upcoming graphics processor to enable faster renderings and simulations for users in the creative, gaming, and research industries. They're joining as a corporate sponsor. So Bolt is coming in. Again, I think it's 120,000 euro at that tier. So good to see them getting more donors at this level. That is where it's needed. But again, if you can help out all of those donations, like if you switched over from Autodesk tools to Blender tools, you're spending a literal fraction of what you did before and still helping to support them. So that is the update. So again, good news here is they do have a new corporate patron, but the bad news is Blender did technically lose money in 2024. Again, part of that is because of expansion, but I think we'd all like to see them keep expanding. So just something to be aware of. Let me know what you think. Talk to you all later. Goodbye.